Well, I think it's finally happened. I've thought I've been at this point before, and I think that I'm always right on the brink of it, and then I recover from it. But I might actually be there. So, oh, where do I even begin? I guess I finally came to a head with my flare. So I've been in this for about 3 months. I'm like a few days shy of 3 months, and I guess I've gotten to a place of desperation. So I talked to my rheumatologist's office, basically just explained the situation. And my rheumatologist decided to put me on a pretty low dose, only 5 milligrams of prednisone, for him to take for a week, and then we'll see where I stand at that point. I was foolishly optimistic. So it's fortunately been a really long time since I've had to take prednisone. I think the last time I took it actually was when I had a really severe reaction to, which one's called? Oh, I'm blanking on it. What is the name of it? Poison sumac. Poison sumac. So that was a long time ago. My 8-year-old was like 1 or 2, so it's been a long time. And I knew it would come with consequences. Like I always gain a lot of weight. When I'm on prednisone, I get, hangry. It's not super pretty, but it's always relieved my symptoms relatively quickly. And, then I kind of felt great. And so I think while I wasn't thrilled to be taking steroids, at the same time, I was looking forward to relief. And I was kind of hoping to feel like Superwoman this weekend. It's not really how it's working out. So I'm on day 2. I've only taken a couple doses. So maybe it's just such a low dose that I'm not going to have any meaningful relief yet. But I really kind of thought I'd be feeling a little bit better. And what's weird is I kind of feel worse. Now, it is entirely possible, and I'm perfectly willing to admit this. It could be that disappointment and just sadness has kicked in. So maybe it's not that I actually feel worse. It's just I thought I was going to feel better and I don't. So now, it's kind of hitting me that I don't feel worse. That being said, I could not pick up my coffee cup today. I have this thermos type mug, and it was not, I really struggled to pick it up. And it's funny because I can still manage to pick up my toddler, who is significantly heavier than the coffee cup, but I think I do it much more with my arms versus my hands. But my hands are really bad right now. It is what it is, but my muscles really hurt. My joints, I can't honestly say my joints feel worse, but for some reason my muscles are feeling excuse me, a little bit more. And today I've been in a pretty bad funk. And again, I don't know if it's just I thought I was going to feel better, and I was so looking forward to feeling better. I don't know if I have allergies or a cold right now. I would bet money on allergies, just because everything's green right now. It's pretty gross. And we went to Costco today, and literally the entire front section when you walk in is all allergy medication. So I'm gonna guess excuse me, it's allergies that are getting me. But I don't know, I'm kind of bummed. And I realized today, not that I haven't realized this a dozen times, but this is not how I can live my life. I've always wanted to live a really long life. I'm kind of I know I should believe in quantity over quality, but I've always been kind of well, I want the quantity too, right? I have 5 kids. Clearly, I'm into quantity. But I don't think I can do quantity of this anymore. It's too much. I mean, I don't want to die. I don't at all want to die. I very much want to live. But I actually want to live. I don't want to just survive. And right now I am just getting through my day. I am just waking up in the morning and doing everything that I can do to get to the other side of the day. And excuse me. It's just getting old. It is getting old to just feel like I've completely lost myself. I was scrolling aimlessly last night through YouTube before I went to bed, and I stumbled upon this woman's page, and I can't remember exactly what it was she was recovering from, but she was talking about this quote that she had heard. And basically, to very badly paraphrase it, it was, like regular people have thousands of dreams, and a sick person has one dream. And I've been thinking a lot about that since I heard it. And I kind of agree with it. I do have a lot of aspirations. I have a lot of things I want to do. But they all really hinge on one dream, and that's recovering. Because, excuse me, if I don't recover, I don't know. If I don't recover, I don't know that I'll accomplish any of it. And that's really hard. I'm this crazy person who wants to make their own bread and grow their own stuff and, do all the things. I want to do everything, and like gardening, for example. I've not done it in years. Granted, I've been in the thick of raising kids. My oldest is 18. My next oldest is almost 11. So, I've been in the thick of it for a while. But I guess I always thought a day would come where I would be able to do it. And now I just don't. I don't even know how I would if I wanted to. I do want to. And I guess what I mean is if I was given the opportunity to go outside right now and make a garden, I'd probably just end up out there crying, if I'm being honest. And that's just the saddest thing to me. That I almost feel like, I just kind of let my hopes disappear. And it's based on something so silly. Just I physically feel like I can't do it. I picked up a bag of dog food today. Oh my God, that was so heavy. It was so heavy. I'm struggling to hold my phone right now. It's just, it's hard and it's frustrating, and I just got to figure out a way out because I don't know how much longer my sanity is going to remain intact. And I think I'm so fortunate that I am the kind of person that I find the silver lining in everything. I've even somehow found a way to be thankful that I got sick, because I have a new appreciation for things that I never would have appreciated. I don't take things for granted anymore. And when I feel better, I am so happy to be feeling better. But the problem is then times like this happen where I'm going on almost 3 months of just being pretty bad, and I feel like I'm good at taking a hit, and I just kind of keep going. But today, I literally almost had a meltdown over a coffee cup. I felt it bubble up, and I pushed that back down because I didn't have the time for it, nor really the justification. But I was struggling to pick up my cup, and it's so heartbreaking to me. So heartbreaking. And I say that as I'm completely stone-faced saying this, that it's heartbreaking, but I also feel like in some ways I'm just so completely disconnected from my own feelings because I don't know that I actually have the ability to feel them. I honestly think if I were to actually really feel any of this, I would just completely fall apart. So I am just very disconnected from my own existence, which sucks too. That's not fun. So, I don't know. I think I'm kind of babbling. I lost my train of thought for a second. But, I just got to figure it out. And, another thing I recently was hearing, I can't remember where I heard this, but I've heard variations of it before. But basically, if you don't make time to be well, then you are making time to be sick. And that's frightening to me because I don't have a lot of extra time to do a lot of things. And I'm struggling to get through what I need to do now. And getting better is going to take some effort. I have a prescription right now to go to PT. I don't know when I'm going to go to PT. I have just so much on my plate. And I never know when a kid's going to be homesick or something's going to happen. So it's it's hard. I struggle to sometimes get a decent meal in. My little one, he's getting closer to 3, and I always said my kids got easier at 3. And it's just not panning out that way this time. The universe served me some humble pie. was overly confident, and it's just not working out that way. And that's fine. Like, it's okay that it's not working out that way. But the longer that I don't make the time to get better, the longer I'm going to have to just accept doing this. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't know that I'm doing it well. I'm definitely not happy doing it. I'm probably more depressed than I have been in my entire life, and also so disconnected from that depression that I barely feel it. But the longer I do not make time to fix this, the longer that this is going to be my existence. And I'm just afraid one day I'm going to wake up and I'm not even going to recognize myself anymore. I'm going to be so far from the person that I was. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can. I feel like over the last 6 years, I've just lost so much, and I really can't lose what's left of me, And I feel like so much of my life and my identity is tied up in being this sick, fragile person. And I guess, I don't know, maybe fragile is not the right word, because I can't be that fragile, right? Or I wouldn't be able to survive this. I would be bedridden. I'm not going to lie, there are days where it is tempting. Bed is soft and cozy and warm. And I could just stay in there, and you know what? Gravity is not as much of a problem when you're just cozy in a blanket. But I've got 5 kids. I don't have a really strong support system. There's no one to just offload to because I'm having a rough day. It's having a rough day. Oh well, And I get bits of reprieve, right? Like Tuesday, I'll have 30 minutes when my little guy's doing his therapy on the horse. But then I'll have my other kids because it's school break. So there's just no time for this. I just don't have time for this. So yeah, I guess it's time to figure it out. To figure out what I need to do to be well. And while it's not really helping me yet, I am optimistic that the prednisone will help. I think even taking it was a step in the right direction, and just saying, okay, hey, I got to do this. We went to Costco tonight, and after tomorrow's my mother-in-law's birthday, and I just did not want to have to figure out how to be a first day carnivore or a couple days in carnivore. If our plans stay for tomorrow, so I'm going to start next week, and it's going to kind of suck because my kids are all going to be home from break. But at the same time, the beauty of that is there'll be slightly less running around to do. And they go to camp on Thursday and Friday. So that's usually the point where I just hate everything. So they'll be at camp while I'm miserable. My little one will be at preschool while I'm in the thick of being miserable. And we spent way too much money at Costco tonight, and I bought a bunch of things that will be relatively easy to cook that are 100% no questions asked on plan. I bought extra to freeze and portion and have ready. So, yeah. So I guess I'm going to try again. Not tomorrow, but I will try again on Monday. And I feel really dramatic even just thinking this, but to some degree I wonder if this diet is like my only hope at feeling better, because I feel awful and it seems to only be getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't want to do chemo. I don't see how that would work with my life. If I can't find time for PT, I'm not going to be able to find time for chemo. So, plus my tot has already wrecked my hair. I don't know if the kind of chemo that you do for autoimmune disease, I don't know if it has that same effect, but I just can't. I don't I don't have it in me to do it right now. Plus, my kids are always bringing something home, so I probably wouldn't survive anyway if I was on chemo. So yeah, I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna try Monday. I'm gonna try my hardest, and maybe I will find some post-it notes and scribble all sorts of motivational shit all over them, and then maybe some hard truths, like constant reminders that if I don't fix this, then I am choosing to live this way. And if I don't make time to do this, then I am making time to be sick forever. And that sounds pretty miserable.